while applying all these thought processes, career mapping to marriage, the first thing where you should start is once you are engaged, maybe, or on the verge of getting engaged, and you are planning for marriage, maybe 6 months or 1 year down the line, or maybe next month, maybe 2 months down the line. The first thing that you need to do is before engagement or after engagement, you need to think certain pointers with the partner. We need to discuss certain pointers with your partner, because that will give you clarity whether the match is compatible or not. Do not go by the aesthetics. Do not go by the aesthetics. I'm sorry to say this, it is wrong actually, but don't go by how a boy is handsome and how a girl is beautiful, because that is a depreciating asset on both the sides. It will go on changing. What you need to do is sustainable assets. How intelligent, how ambitious, how proficient, how sincere, how honest, how hardworking, how caring, how sharing he is, she is, and that is going to help you. How the family is supporting, how she can take care of other people, how I am supposed to take care of other people. So these are all things need to be taken into consideration. But unfortunately, I have seen a lot of times the looks matter more, and then the situation gets into wrong direction. The situation goes in wrong direction. Okay, so that is why I say aesthetics are important. Obviously, aesthetics are important. How you look, how handsome the boy is, how beautiful the girl is important. But at the same time, there are other aspects also that needs to be considered. And these things that we are going to discuss now will help you understanding the compatibility, exact match, and that will go a long way in preventing everything that we discussed in the problem statement. I'm sorry, there is some sound coming of the engines. There's some road construction going on near my home. So the first point to discuss is nature of the careers after marriage. Obviously, if both the husband and wife or both the partners are keen on building their careers after marriage, obviously most of them are doing it now. So it is important to understand how the nature of the careers will be after marriage. Whether the husband wants, now there is no want, whether the husband, how they are going to plan their careers. If the family on the other side is, especially in the Indian context, if the family from the boys' side is ready to allow the daughter-in-law to work after marriage and create build a career. So there are various aspects that need to be discussed so that husband and wife are clear about the next plans, because both of them want to work, both of them have professional competency and confidence and competence to make progress in their lives and careers, and that is exactly why it needs to be discussed beforehand so that clarity is there. Now, once we get married, the careers can be of multiple stages. There are multiple types of careers that happen in marriage. After marriage, since both the partners are working, it can be either, if both the partners are not working, it can be single career. So either partner is working, the other is taking care of family. Generally, in Indian context, if the husband is working, wife will take care of family. If the wife is working, very rarely, if the wife is working, possibly, if the wife is working, then husband will take care of family. So that is first, single career in a family, in a couple, single career in a couple. The second is lead. Both the partners are working. One partner is taking a lead. His career is more progressive and it is making more growth. It is more growth oriented. So he'll be taking charge, and the other partner will be supporting him by taking a career which is less important, maybe not exactly less important, but she will be focusing on supporting or complementing the career that the primary partner have. Now, the primary partner can be male or female. That is not a point here. The partners are working. The one partner will take a lead. The other partner will support him by taking the job which is complementing the efforts of the first primary partner. Then the other option can be alternators. Both the partners are doing fantastic. Both are very competent. So in maybe 1 year, the first partner will take his career more focused in more focused manner. The next year, or maybe after some time, they can discuss the time. After 2 years, 3 years, the second partner will focus on the career. The first partner will take a certain backstage. So it is alternator. So after stipulated time, they can discuss 1, 2, 3 years. Both the partners will be focusing on their careers, and while the one partner is focusing on his career, the other will be supporting. She will be or he will be still working, but the priority or the relocation may be when the decision making comes into picture, like relocation or promotions, etc. The partner who is leading will take precedence. Okay. Then it can be parallel. Both the partners are working and both will be having same equal say in whatever decisions are taken. They both are powerful, both are growth oriented, both are performing well, both are earning good amount of money and good amount of status and good amount of brand value. Then they can both parallelly work. It is very difficult to work out, but there are certain couples who can manage it very beautifully. And there is one more complementing kind of careers, wherein if one partner is leading, maybe if one partner is working in government organization, the other can be freelancer. If one partner is working with army, the other can be other will get a job or get a working assignment which will help them stay with the family. So there can be multiple combinations and permutations, but this needs to be discussed before marriage, so that both the partners are clear about what is in front, what is in store for them after the marriage. Once you get married without all this clarity, then obviously it is all bickering. I should have done this, we should have done that, we should have discussed this about, etc., etc. And so to avoid all this, it is important to discuss this before marriage. The next important point or the point of inflection always is managing house is no less than a full-time job. So in Indian context, a woman or the female lead is supposed to take care of the career as well as the family. If she is not working, her full responsibility is taking care of families. I'm not saying it is right or wrong, that is not the point here. Point here is partners working together. We need to discuss before marriage that who will help. If somebody is taking lead, the other person needs to take backstage and take care of all the responsibilities that come associated with the family life. It can be dropping a child to a school, or taking care of the sick parents, etc. So either one of them can do it. We are not bothered about whether it is male, husband or wife. One partner needs to take care of the family responsibilities while the other is taking charge. And this needs to be discussed, because then the expectations are very clear. Most of the times these pointers come to inflection, or these points are friction points because it was not discussed. Because in Indian context specifically, husband wants wife to take care of everything. She wants to work, okay, go ahead and work, but at the same time you take care of my parents, you take care of my family, at the same time you should be able to give time to me, at the same time you should be able to manage everything socially, at the same time you should be able to manage my in-laws also, my family also, other than parents. So there are so many things which need clarity beforehand, so that it doesn't create friction in the future. Domestic duties and family responsibilities are very important, because this is a life term. These are long-term activities, and once the clarity is there, obviously the partners are understanding and caring and very logical and very practical. Then it can be worked out. But discussing it before marriage is important, because then the discussion tends to be very candid. Okay. The next point that needs to be discussed is decision-making process. We are discussing in the context of couples who are working, both of them, and they are doing good. Now the same logic can be applied to other couples also who are not working, or maybe one partner is working, but that is different scenario. We are discussing about dual career marriages, wherein both the partners are working. So decision-making process, this needs to be discussed before marriage, because since both the partners are working, both must have say, or both of them should have say in making decisions. For example, with the previous example, if a partner is getting opportunity to get promoted and move to Bengaluru, the other partner should be able to say no or yes. The first partner should be able to listen to the second partner. So it is basically mutual. The discussion needs to be very candid and frank and open. Then and then only the correct decision, which is beneficial to both of them in the long run can be taken. And then there won't be any resentment that I was told by you not to do it, and then I did this because you told me. So this is all blame game that happens in the next phase. It can be avoided. Decision making can be since both the partners are working, sometimes if the partners who are earning more tends to say that since I am bringing in more money, I should have say. For example, if I am buying a car and we are both of us, our husband and wife are working, and if I am buying a car and let us say if it is coming from my bank account and she is just supporting, then obviously I could say that I should not say this is what exactly happens. I said obviously I will say that I will choose the car, maybe I will choose the brand, I will choose everything. That is not the point here. That is exactly why decision making needs to be car is a very materialistic thing. But then there can be other decisions which can be related to family, kids, and the way we bring them up, education of the children, etc. Those decisions are very important, and both the partners should be able to consult and discuss mutually so that the correct decision can be made. And inclusive decision making process needs to be discussed before marriage. Okay. Next point is financial independence or interdependence. Financial independence is both the partners are working and the money is going to their bank accounts. Nothing wrong in it, nothing right. We are not here to judge. We are not saying right or wrong. The possibilities are both the partners are working, they are getting their salaries and they are working together. That is not a problem. Interdependence is when one partner is getting more prominence because of the growth prospects, the other partner is taking backstage. At the same time, the first partner should not say that since you are not contributing, you should have less say in decision making and whatever we do in life. So it is basically understanding, mutual understanding. Partner 2 has taken backstage because partner 1 was getting better growth prospects. Maybe after 2 years down the line, partner 2 will get better prospects and partner 1 will take backstage. At that point in time, he or she cannot say that since now you are not contributing to the levels that I am contributing, you should take backstage in decision making process. So this is mutually beneficial and this is mutually inclusive. And this clarity has to be there before you get married, because if you cannot get this information from the partner beforehand, then obviously once you get married, it is very difficult to work on it, because the foundation or the thought process is not clear to you. And all this discussion, candid discussion, helps in understanding how the partner is thinking, what their reactions are, what the background is, and what the logic is, where she wants to go, he wants to go, and what the plan is and what the objective is, end goal is. So this will help. The next point is career moves, job changes, promotions, relocations. The next point is career moves, jobs, relocations, promotions. The next point is career moves, job changes, relocation, promotions. So there are various opportunities of all these aspects. Career moves, a partner may be trying to build a business after leaving a job, or maybe partner getting better opportunity abroad. A partner may be getting better job opportunity in the same organization but with enhanced responsibility or enhanced growth prospects, but a huge responsibility. That means he will have to work 14 hours per day, a lot of traveling will be involved, or maybe there are some job changes because of the pressure or organizational changes, etc. So all this acceptance or rejection of all these offers and all these opportunities needs to be taken care together, so that both the parties are involved, both the parties are responsible inclusively to the results, end results, which are the result, the events. These are the events. Response, this part, both the partners will decide how do we respond to this, and then since both the parties are involved in the decision making process, it will be collective decision, and hence the outcome will be acceptable to both of them. There won't be any resentment, there won't be any anger, there won't be any frustration, there won't be any blame game that you said because of this, because since you said not to accept, this is all happening. So these are all future conflicts can be avoided. They can be nipped in the bud if you can discuss this beforehand. The next important point is values, boundaries and fears. Values, boundaries and fears. There are some psychological issues, there are some family background of both the partners. Their upbringing is different, their social educational backgrounds are different, their financial backgrounds are different. So values, what a person values, what is the foundation, what are the moral and ethical characters, to what extent you can go, to what extent you can basically compromise to achieve certain goals and objectives. These are the boundaries, the personal and physical boundaries, beyond which will not do anything, which will not go in terms of morality, honesty and compromises. So, and fear, what are we actually fearing of? If the fears are common, obviously it is better. If the fears are different, it helps because you have multiple fears, and then you'll be ready to face all those together, so that you'll be ready. You will make sure that this is what I fear. For example, if the couple are discussing before engagement, a fear can be once we get married, and if I have to get a promotion, if I have to maybe stay in US for 6 months, how will you take care of children? How will you take care of my parents? How will you take care of your parents without me? So there can be multiple questions, hypothetical questions that can be discussed. And since fears are very important, because fears are basically perceptions that we have, or experiences that we have, or observations that we have about things happening around us, and we want them not to happen to us. So these are the fears. So values, boundaries and fears have to be very clear. If they are matching, then everything else can be worked out. So it is couple made for each other, as we say in your common as we say generally, as we say, it is couple made for each other. The next point is constant comparison of each other's careers. This needs to be avoided, because one partner will have better growth prospects, the other partner will have better growth prospects, but the timing can be different. That does not mean that one partner is going ahead and the other will fall behind, or the other partner may be capable of, like for example N.R. Narayanamurthy of Infosys. Both the partners were equally capable, but one partner decided to go ahead and the other partner allowed him to go ahead by taking care of the family, that is Sudha Murthy. So both the partners were equally capable, or in other words, Sudha Murthy may have done better than N.R. Narayanamurthy possibly. But this is understanding. And there is no constant comparison, because Sudha Murthy, even without working with Infosys, she had built a fantastic personal career, because she is known as an author, a lecturer, a philanthropist, and a lot of things that doing for society. So both of them are doing wonders. Both of them are working beautifully together. So the constant comparison of each other's careers is not going to help, especially in Indian context, where the husband tends to dominate. Husband wants to dominate the wife, and he always wants to earn more, etc. So it is important to get all these pointers clear before getting married. Next point obviously is me time. That means managing your personal time and hobbies. Once you get married and once both of them are working, obviously and other responsibilities, family responsibilities, social responsibilities, and the jobs can be equally demanding for both. So spending time with the partner, spending time for yourself, that means engaging into your hobbies and passions, that can be very difficult, and if you can discuss it beforehand, and if luckily your passions or hobbies are matching, then nothing like it. I have seen a lot of couple who are working and they go on Sunday morning marathon runs. So that is fantastic. Both of them like to run, both of them go together, both of them come together. So there is no need of extra logistical effort, there is no need of coordination, there is no need of all the other activities are required if both of them are going in different directions. It is possible. I am not saying it is not possible, but it takes a lot of efforts to manage all this. And the most important part is to understand that there has to be me time other than the professional life, personal life, and then me time. It can be compromised to a certain extent, but there has to be. Otherwise, people tend to get burnt out after a certain point in time, and unnecessary frustration and resentment starts getting generated. Important point to discuss after this. Is life after having kids, and obviously responsibility of aging parents. Important point to discuss is life after having kids and responsibility of aging parents, because that also is very important. And if you can have a word with each other before getting married, it will certainly help, because a lot of confusions, a lot of expectations can be clear, a lot of mismatch in the expectations can be cleared, and it is always better to do it beforehand. So all the pointers that we discussed were in the initial phases, but as we grow, once you are married, as we grow after 30, 35, 40 years, there is midlife crisis, there are some other issues, medical issues, professional issues. Our midlife crisis is basically reinventing yourself. Is it what I'm supposed to do? Should I get into business? So all these big career changes or big career moves, those can be also discussed beforehand. If he has something, I'm not saying everybody will be clear about this at the very start, but as a midlife, as and when the things evolve, we can apply the same templates of discussion, mutual discussion, multiple options, and then agreeing upon the common option, and then going ahead, it can be sorted out. So these are the pointers that we need to discuss so that clarity is there. Before I choose a career, I should be able to understand this. Before I choose a marriage as a career, I should be able to know that the partner is, the frequency is matching.